Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sixth Report. Today, I'm joined with Brad Humphrey, CEO of NiCAN Limited, to talk about the recent press release. So, Brad, the news we're talking about is the results from your Phase 2 drill program at the wine property in Manitoba Snow Lake area. Tell us about these results, and did they meet your team's expectations?
Yes, and thank you, Kyle. We appreciate the interest and the opportunity to discuss NiCAN's news release. As you noted, the assays we just released were from our Phase 2 drill program at the wine project. This program had two key objectives. The first was to further test the known zones, which we refer to as the wine occurrence, to the north. And although we have had a lot of success on this target to date, it is still early days, and we do still continue to build out our understanding of the various zones, how the zones interact, and whether the zones all strike in the same direction. So with 23.5 meters of 1.9% nickel equivalent and 12.6 meters of 1.93% nickel equivalent, all relatively close to surface, we certainly achieved that objective. This target remains open to the north, and we feel there's a lot of upside. These results will be incorporated into our model, and we're currently designing our next steps for the wine project. The second objective of this Phase 2 drill program was to test a number of greenfield geophysical targets on the broader wine gabbro that hosts that high-grade wine occurrence. We used a number of tools to identify the specific signature of the high-grade nickel and copper zones and use that information to target other anomalies for drill testing. This program is initially looking for anomalous nickel and copper grades that we can follow up with downhole geophysics to better vector into the more massive portions. A success here would be identifying a couple of anomalies for the downhole survey and follow-up drilling this summer. So we expect to be reporting on that second objective in the next few weeks.
Excellent. And in this May 24th press release, these assay results were for holes 16 and 17. What about the other holes? Are there more pending from Phase 2? And how did these results stack up compared to your Phase 1 drill campaign?
So we do have additional drill results coming in the next few weeks. Like I mentioned, that objective 2 from the most recent drilling is more about finding areas with elevated nickel and copper, which we would then follow up with the geophysics, zero in on the specific anomaly or parts of the anomaly that may lead to additional targets to help build tonnage on the broader wine gabbro. When thinking about the wine project, we like to point to the historical Farley mine in Lynn Lake. That's an area just north of the wine project. The Farley mine was hosted in a very similar gabbro body, and the 22 million tons mined there came from multiple different pods and lenses of mineralization. And that's our current thinking for the geologic model at the wine project. And so the next set of drill results that will be coming in the next few weeks are very important just to show that there is other areas with anomalous nickel, and we'll be using tools to vector into the more massive portions around those anomalies.
Excellent. Yeah, because your team believes that a couple of the holes may be interpreted as mineralization merging into this broader zone, correct? With which can be seen intersected in hole 17. How much do you understand about the wine project, or more importantly, what do you not know about the project?
As is always the case with exploration, we learn something new with every piece of data we obtain. We're lucky as a new exploration company because we are not only active in a great stable jurisdiction, we've already been returning spectacular results, and this is just our second phase of drilling on the property. So back to your question, it was a very positive development that the two middle zones have merged together into a broader high-grade nickel zone as we move towards the north. We're definitely still building out our understanding of the orientation of the different bodies and how they may or may not interact. Given the impressive widths and grades we've reported to date, we're off to a great start. And every hole we drill, every survey we complete adds a tremendous amount of information that we use to refine our model and drive future drilling programs. And when you look at the the various zones in these two holes, so the hole 2316 and 2317, we could take the entire intersection, including all the zones from around 4 meters down to 60 meters in hole 16, and still have over 1% nickel equivalent grade. If we took, if we look at hole 17 and we took the intersection from basically surface 4 meters down to almost 50 meters, it'd be over 1.1% nickel equivalent. So clearly this is a very exciting target, and these are very exciting results. And we're still at that early stage where we're learning something from every hole and every survey we do.
And you don't just have the wine project, correct? Maybe touch on NiCAN strategy going forward for the rest of the year.
Yeah, so just sticking with wine for a second, the next steps at the wine property is to complete the downhole and ground geophysics on the areas that return anomalous nickel and copper assays in this next set of results. Once that is completed and incorporated into our model, we'll design a phase 3 follow-up drill program on these targets, and we hope to be back on the ground drilling later this summer. We also have a very exciting asset called Pippi. It's right next to the Valet Thompson nickel mine. We've applied for the drill permit there, and we're ready to start a first phase program as soon as that is received. So for a company that has been public for less than a year, we have great assets in stable jurisdictions. We've been returning great results, and we're just getting started. Obviously, our team is excited, but in my view, NiCAN presents a great risk-reward opportunity given the asset base, the actual results to date versus the market cap. And that's not even to mention all of the exciting upside that still exists to be discovered on the Greater Wine property and at our Pippi property. We're still relatively unknown, and we're working hard to get the story out. We appreciate you taking the time to have an interview with us, and we expect that valuation imbalance will begin to correct.
No, likewise, Brad. Thank you for your time as well. And where's the best place people can get a hold of NiCAN or you and learn more about the story?
Yeah, well, thank you for your interest, and everybody who's watching the interview. Anyone looking for more information on NiCAN, please visit our website, and investors can reach out directly to me through the site.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.